Subscribe today, Tommy, if you love movies.
Hey, look at boobies. I like movies. Hey, Cinema Gulp, where are ya? Help!
Hey, take it easy.
But I lost Cinema Gulp.
Stay calm. Just go to YouTube to subscribe and hit the bell for all the latest videos.
Hey, we're Cinema Gulp and we drink your cinema.
Thanks, Joe. Now I can subscribe.
And subscribing is half the battle.
That's what I'm from. Do it up again! You know what? You don't have an answer for that, do you? F you, man. I'm sorry.
I like beer. It makes me a jolly good fellow.
Hey, remember when?
Hey there, and happy Wednesday, happy Hump Day here from us at Cinema Gulp. This is Triple H. It's a Hump Day happy hour if you consider Hump Day one word, or two words, which we do. Hey, no, Hump Day, no, one word.
That wrong for the last few weeks.
I'm all screwy today. Sorry. Yeah, so this is a two-parter. Next week is our massive XScream Halloween edition of Hump Day Happy Hour. So be ready to be scared. Anyway, drunk and scared. Anyway, I'm Ben here on Cinema Gulp, joined by the Ayatollah Flat Coca-Cola, the Rick Grimes of double stuffed Oreos. It's Scotty R37.
Carl.
You got to throw his on. Yeah, Carl. And of course, the Princess of Pain and Persian Cats. It's Elvira's Joanne. Cheers. Boy, so I'm kind of feeling like a zombie today, which is great because we're talking, which is going to be wonderful. A lot of zombie movies to talk about because Halloween, I'm always sad when it gets closer and closer because I love the whole month, but we're getting close. And next week, we're kind of stoked because the show ends up on Halloween Eve, night before Halloween. So you'll be totally
Devil's Night.
Yeah, man. Totally in the spirit by then.
Devil's Night, Hump Day.
Yeah, there you go. Well, we'll call it that for sure.
That's when the peggings happen.
Before we get into all things zombies, we got some other topics we want to talk about really quickly. We'll go over some box office stuff. I was surprised. I was wrong and surprised. I think a lot of people were wrong. Smile 2 did not do as good as people thought it might. It was projected around 45 to 50 million, and it just made around 20. So a lot less than people thought. I saw it last night. I loved it. And I didn't really like the first one. And I'd heard this one was a lot better, a lot different. And it's way, way better than the first one. And we'll get into it because Joanne has also seen Terrifier 3. And I want to hear some thoughts on that. Smile took number one at the box office, but didn't do great. Wild Robot's still hanging in there. Terrifier 3 has made $38 million, which means it's made 38 times its budget. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Let's see. Is my audio bad? Scotty, you're muted.
Scotty's muted, but I can hear Ben.
Am I muted or am I low?
I can hear you fine, but Scotty said.
Scotty's still muted.
But Scotty's muted.
I'm going to unmute him. Oh, I can't unmute him. Scotty. Unmute Scotty.
There we go.
So I'm a little low. That's weird.
No, you seem very perky.
No, Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about my audio.
Yeah.
I was talking about your audio, but then I just turned up the volume on my end, and everything should be fine.
User error. And
my
also...
levels are fine. Yeah. Thanks for the confusion. No harm done.
You're welcome.
But this week, Venom 3, which I completely forgot was even coming out.
Oh my god, whoop-de-doo,
dude. The first two, to me, I'll tell you right off the bat, they're very guilty pleasures. Like, I know they're shit, but Tom Hardy just makes them great. Like, great viewing experiences. I've never rewatched the first. I've never rewatched the second, but I remember leaving the theater really enjoying the hell out of both of them for all the wrong reasons. I think I probably saw Venom 1. I think I saw both of them with you, Joanne. Yeah. And yeah, they're fun.
See, it's interesting because the only reason that I want to watch them is not because of Tom Hardy, but because of Michelle Williams.
I don't think she's in this one.
I know she's not.
Her story wrapped up in the second one because they were no longer together.
But doesn't she end up being like a lady Venom?
She was in the second one, and it was pretty cool.
That sounds hot as hell.
No, Michelle Williams is always the best part of anything she's in.
Yeah.
And she was great. She was playing ball, having fun. She wasn't phoning it in. Because, she's not the type of actress that normally does these kind of movies. Like, she did talk about how, like, she's like, it's the first time I've ever, like, had to, like, act next to a tennis ball. So, yeah, well, welcome to the world.
And she was on Dawson's Creek.
Well, yeah, that's
so James Vanderbeek is like a tennis ball.
Yeah. He's a tennis ball on a stick. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's how he's shaped.
But it looks
we love you, Vanderbeek.
It looks like Venom 3, which comes out Friday, is projected around 60 to 80 million. I think it'll get close. I think I could see a 50 million. It hasn't been as advertised as the other two, I feel. Like, I haven't seen a lot about it. Like, you don't see the popcorn bucket ads or anything like that for it. So maybe it will do a little bit lower because, I forgot it was coming out. So,
but I think the popcorn bucket thing is more of a summertime gimmick.
Maybe.
Well, Terrifier 3 has a popcorn bucket.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. It's his head with the Santa Claus hat on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It looks pretty scary.
Did you buy one?
Hell no. I don't want to open my drawer and see that.
Well, yeah.
What if you actually made it waterproof and then got a goldfish, but made it live in a dark bowl that was made out of a Satan head?
Could do that.
But what would happen to the goldfish? Would it be psychologically damaged?
I don't think so. It's on the inside. I can't see the scary stuff.
Well, if it did, it would forget it in 8 seconds because they say fish only have 8 seconds memory, so we're good. Yeah.
It's like Memento.
Yeah. So yeah, box office is kind of boring, so we'll skip over that. Scotty.
Oh no, but before we skip over the box office,
sure.
The thing is that if I would be fascinated to find out that, not if, but that Venom 3 makes more money than Joker Folie à Deux.
Oh, it'll make way more money. Venom
which
1
is blowing my mind.
Have you finally seen Joker Filet Mignon?
No, I have not yet seen the farts.
You're defending the hell out of this movie, and you've never even seen it.
You know what? Haven't seen it. Want to love it.
Never changed.
I have 2 categories. Haven't seen it. Want to love it. Or haven't seen it, don't like it.
Don't care. Yeah. I don't want to see it. I love that.
And so, no, but Joker Folie à Deux, Gesundheit, is definitely in the I want to love it. I want to see it. I don't, and again, I'm not going to see it in the theater.
I want to say hello to
be streaming in a week, right?
I want to say
hello.
Oh, yeah,
streaming
you're right.
now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I want to say hello to the chat.
I know pirates.
Scotty says, "You bet your ass I wish to proceed," as he eats a Kit Kat.
Yes.
I think he's eating a Kit Kat right now. Bumpmaster 1 says nothing beats werewolves. Yeah. Oh, I put up a poll. I don't think there's many people here yet, but I did put up a poll. Is zombie movies is it your favorite subgenre of horror? Mm-hmm. I haven't looked at it yet. I'll look at it later because I don't think there's a whole lot of audience yet, but I'll keep it up for like the rest of the show. Fuck it.
Sure.
Um.
And then Lemon.
Oh, is Lemon here?
Yeah, Lemon's here.
Really? I don't see Lemon. Oh,
I got Lemon at the bottom of the list.
Hey,
Bottom of
haven't
the
seen
list.
Scotty
Top of the
here.
list.
Wanna love it. All right. Hey, Lemon. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging. Hopefully you take part of the poll. Curious to see where that ends up. Okay, now Lemon showed up. There you go.
Don't forget to subscribe to my OnlyFans and join my Discord server. You can support me on Patreon. And if you find any of these things, I will be impressed.
Yeah, I'm sure they exist.
They don't.
Anyway, Scotty, are you ready? Because I want to see your shirt.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Are we going to do the bump?
You will have an ice cream headache.
Always Joanne's favorite part of the show.
That's my favorite. Arr.
So
Give
it
it to
is a zombie feature. And so
Perfect.
Take the call, go to Bombs, kill Phil, grab Liz, go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
Yes.
So what do you got for us, DVD wise, good my good friend? I'm hoping it's zombie related. Doesn't have to be, but
This is not new. This is something that I put on the top shelf of my DVD cabinet. Is the ultimate edition of George
Nice.
A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead.
Whoa.
It sounded like you weren't going to have any zombie stuff, but you do.
Dude, well, I wasn't
This is the back of it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
one of the best.
Well, and not only is it one of the best, but it is well regarded as being one of the best, like sort of when it says Ultimate Edition, it is not fucking around. So one disc is the US theatrical version. Then there's the extended version. Also, there's the European version. And then there's a disc of documentaries. I will scan these across. But first, before we get to the discs, you know what I love? Fucking liner notes. So, and this is not a liner note of your typical.
Wow.
This is a comic book.
That's a comic book.
Beautiful.
Glossy paper. Although it would be nice if it were newsprint. But this shit is off the hook. Then liner notes, and it tells you what's going on with all the.
Is that a layout of the mall or something? What is that? Is it?
It
is.
It
It's a layout of
appears
the
to be a
mall.
layout of the mall. Yes,
That's awesome. That is so creative. I love it. See, that's the way you put together a box set, man. You know, you give people some interesting shit to look
I
at.
wonder who did this. I wonder who the people. Oh, it was Anchor Bay.
Lemon says this ain't your father's liner notes.
Exactly. Do you get architecture in your notes? No. So I'm going to do a pan of the discs, and then oh no, I broke everything. There you go.
Oh, nice.
That's so bad. I love that picture.
That is really cool.
European. I want to see the European version.
Apparently,
Documentary.
the European version is longer.
Really? So it's kind of like a director's cut, sort of. But you have to read subtitles.
But also, it has a different tone and soundtrack. Like, it isn't as whimsical.
It doesn't have that.
I don't think so.
That's what makes the movie so great.
I know.
So this is one of my prized possessions, and thank you for allowing me to share.
I love it, man. I didn't know what you were going to show, and that's amazing because we're definitely going to talk about Dawn of the Dead tonight. The original. I mean, remake's fine. I like the remake a lot, but the original is just a very special movie for sure. I think it's amazing, groundbreaking, hilarious, entertaining, all that good jazz. Well done, Scott.
Yeah, but the remake has Kim Poirier.
Well, yeah, the remake has like Sarah Polley and Vinger. I mean, there's a ton of people in that movie.
Matt Frewer?
Yeah, and oh god, he's in everything. He's in The Penguin now too. He was on House of Cards. He was young.
That guy. Yeah, no,
the guy
that
with the
guy.
mustache, the
that
asshole
guy.
security. Yeah, he's great.
He is great. I don't know his name, but he's great.
He has a nice character arc in the movie too. He's kind of the shithead, and then he becomes a hero at the end. It's great. Fuck yeah. Anyway, I love it, Scotty.
You will have an ice cream headache.
All right, I've got a couple of none of these are new. But now that we're in the Halloween spirit, Halloween season, I've got so many Halloween vinyl and horror movie scores and soundtrack vinyl. I figured I would share a couple tonight and then much more next week. But in the spirit of zombies.
Oh, I love it.
All right, so I'll first go with I love this record. I heard it once. God, I want to say on like NPR late at night, years and years and years ago. I heard because it was basically just Vincent Price reading ghost stories, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And then I did a bunch of research, found out it was actually recorded, and I could never find the vinyl. And then my buddy Josh, being the wonderful soul that he is, about, I don't know, 6 years ago, for my birthday, got me a horn book for witches.
Yay.
Which is a bunch of ghost stories told by Vincent Price. And this is an original pressing because obviously they're not going to repress this, from 1976. Some of the ghost stories are a little hard to kind of follow, like what's going on. You're just listening to Vincent Price's voice for the most part. And I wish they would add, in 76 it is what it is, but if they'd added some like sound effects and some sound design, I think it might have been even cooler. But it's a wonderful listen. Stories and Poems for Halloween, a horn book for witches. And Vincent Price is credited as the Warlock because he reads all the stories.
Cool.
And it's wonderful. It's a really fun listen if you're just like sitting at home, smoking weed, having a beer, whatever, and you put it on your turntable. And this is a great pressing, no scratches, nothing. I love it. I mean, if there's
Can I make fun of you for a second? Can
Sure.
I make fun of you for a second? Okay.
Sure.
So I go out to a bar and I meet a young lady and she's all into me and whatnot.
And you bring her home and play this?
Yeah. Can I play that?
You know what? You got to size her up, man.
Depends on the girl, I suppose.
Yeah, if she's super decked out and it's Halloween night or whatever, and hell yeah.
She looks like Wednesday, and it's like, you want to come back to my place and listen to some Vincent Price?
You absolutely.
And she's like, I am wet.
I say it's an absolute must in that scenario, Scotty.
All right.
My next one is not a original pressing. I wish I could find one, but it's a Bernard Herrmann's original Psycho score. And even though it's a repressing, it's not a special edition. I just needed to own it, and I love to listen to this. It's phenomenal. And I just rewatched Psycho 1 and 2 the other night, and I love how Psycho 2 really uses this.
I just saw it too.
Yeah, instead of like upping it for like the 80s, because it was 82 or 84, 82, 84, I can't remember. But it uses this score by Bernard Herrmann for most of it. And it's the ultimate Halloween background music if you're having a party or something, because it's entertaining, it's enjoyable, it's beautiful, it's scary in that old-fashioned kind of way. It's just, you can't go wrong with Psycho. It's just fucking great. And because we're talking all things zombies, this may or may not be in my top 3 of favorite zombie movies of all time, but it's definitely one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, and that's the Return of the Living Dead vinyl. And I couldn't find the Gray Brains vinyl. They have a Gray Brains vinyl because, you know, they brains. This one is red, which is cool, but the one that's really hard to find is the Gray Brains edition. The record itself is no different, but it just looks like brains, and I want it really bad, but it's hard to find.
Oh man.
Yeah, so this is one of the best punk like collaborations ever. I mean, the Cramps, fuck man, the Damned, Talk Boys, TSOL, 45 Graves. Like, this is just, I actually did a film and vinyl on this about 3 years ago. If you want to check that out, I go over every song in detail and how the soundtrack was made, and how it worked with the movie, and how Dan O'Bannon decided to restructure the novel, which was very, very, very serious, and basically turning the movie into sort of a comedy. And it's one of the most punk rock movies you'll ever see, because every character in it is basically a punk rocker. And, you know,
I've never seen it.
Oh my God, it's just absolutely phenomenal.
I have heard people, everyone who is an advocate for it always says it's fucking sick.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's got everything you want in a zombie movie. It really does.
We've seen that together too.
Yeah. So yeah, so those 3 for now. I got many more to come on Halloween.
Oh, I love it.
All right, I'll quickly catch up with the chat because it looks like Lemon's having a field day, and we got Angry Space Marine Finity here as well. Hey, I love the name changes every week. It's awesome. I always know who it is because there's always something in there that's recognizable. Lemon says, ice cream. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's kind of an inside baseball line there. Do you want to explain it, Scotty, or do you want to leave it ambiguous?
No, Lemon gets it.
Oh, okay. She does. All right. My bad. Oh, okay. See, I didn't read ahead enough. Yes, it's from that. Yes.
Yeah, that's
up. I already said he. What?
Hey, Angry Space Marine Infinity, what's up, man? Good to see you. Lemon. Okay. So, all right. So they're bantering. That's good.
Everybody's cheersing.
Everybody's cheersing. So we should cheers as well. Cheers.
Yeah, totes.
Yeah. Let's see here. All right, I'm gonna talk Smile 2 for about 2 or 3 minutes. I don't have much to say about it.
Right.
It's a really good horror movie. It goes hard in ways I don't want to describe. Like, the first one to me was half It Follows ripoff, half generic horror movie with a cheesy generic ending. This movie, you don't need to watch the first one at all because it's different characters, it's a different scenario, but it's the same, concept or whatever. Fuck, it's so much better. Naomi Scott, the actress who played Princess Jasmine in the live action Aladdin movie, just gorgeous. But she's the main character, and this is like the first like Oscar worthy horror movie part 2 performance you may have ever seen in your life. She's so great. She's so fucking great. And it's so frightening and dark. It goes to places where you're like, God damn, dude, this movie is going for it.
Wow. Want to see it?
Oh my God. It's eons, but it's on a different stratosphere than the first movie. Everything from the setup, which is like this like 7 or 8 minute long opening scene that just blows your mind, that ends just abruptly, and then we meet the actual cat. Like, it's just the filmmaking of part 2 is so much different than part 1. It's ridiculous. You almost could have just made another movie and not even had it be called Smile 2. And then but either way, it's so much better, and I'm kind of bummed that the first Smile seemed to kind of open up larger than this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. But dude, this movie, it's one of the best horror movies of the year for sure. It's right up there with the first Omen.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything. the acting is so good in this movie. The characters are great. It's the direction. Some of the shot selections in this movie are things like you haven't seen. Because sometimes with a horror movie, like the only way to convey like what you're supposed to be scared of and feeling is by how the camera moves. That really, you know, James Wan does that really well with like conveying like what it is you're supposed to be scared of and why, as opposed to just like something in the background or a jump scare. And this movie's got its fair share of jump scares, but they're actually quite intelligent and unique. Instead of just like, oh my God, it's the cat.
Right.
Oh, I thought it was a monster, but it's the cat, you know. Highly recommend Smile 2. I think it's fantastic. Me and Josh walked out of the theater last night just loving the shit out of this movie. And it's disturbing, dude. It is not
what's it about?
The concept of Smile is basically there's an entity that it possesses somebody and fucks with their mind, and for 7 days it messes with their mind. And there's all these rules. I'm not going to get into all of them, Scotty, but like essentially, like if you survive the 7 days, then the entity makes you kill somebody or yourself in front of somebody else. And when that happens, the person you do it in front of is now the person that adopts. This is why it's kind of steals It Follows. You know?
Passes it along.
It passes it along.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it sounds like a murderous poltergeist.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why the first one I was like, it's a fucking It Follows ripoff. This one is so different. Even though it follows the same concept and rules, it's just done so much more interesting that you don't really care about the rules of it. Like you're more invested into the characters and how.
But that's how I felt about the Babadook.
Same here. Like, what are the Babadook is just a well-made movie, but if you think about it, it's like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, there's no rhyme nor reason.
But I love that movie though; it's great.
Yes,
that was a good movie, and I think that was about that woman was trapping her own mental.
I think by the end you realize that it's her. Yeah, because when she leaves the food,
it was an overprotective mother movie.
Yeah, but man, that end goes hard too. You know.
Yeah, it does.
She turns out just like chasing after her son the whole ending. Babadook's great.
Crazy.
It's great. I do wish that and one thing I love about Smile 2 is it's very, very, very limited on CGI imagery. It's just great camera optics, Scotty. Like really cool camera optics. And there's a scene that's so frightening and awesome. I don't want to spoil it, but the lead character is like a pop star and she's a dancer. You know, she's like a J-Lo type of thing, where she does her own dance moves and all that stuff with a big group of people.
Like Rebecca Black?
And like the people, she's having this thing. And in the movie, there's a point where like her entire dance squad has those big smiles on their face and they're somehow in her house and she's running from them. And every time she turns back to look, they're getting higher and higher piled up on themselves. It's just a really well constructed, interesting, creepy image that I don't know if I've ever seen in a movie before. It almost takes on like a Black Swan type of vibe at that point, where it's a dancer who's overworked, what's real, what's not real. But obviously we know this one is an entity, where in Black Swan
what you took from Black Swan, is that she was a dancer that was overworked?
No, I've already done a whole video
too much overtime.
I don't need to explain myself to you on Black Swan because I made a video for it, sir, and you can
all right. No, I know. By the way, if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit that bell for all notifications.
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. That would be nice. Let's
trying
see.
to help you.
All right, well, that's it. Go see Smile 2. It's great. See it before Halloween. It's a great Halloween season watch in the theater. My theater was full. I don't know why it's not doing that great. My theater was full. Everyone seemed to be enjoying it. But you know what I want to really know about is Terrifier 3, Joanne.
Yeah.
Tell
so
me
you guys
about Terrifier 3.
Yes.
And neither of you have seen.
No, I haven't.
If I may do a little inside baseball, I would like to say that you were actually in a theater where someone yelled fire.
Oh yeah. During the movie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Someone pulled the fire alarm, I guess, and so that blinking light started going off in the middle of the movie. And
If I was watching Terrifier 3 and something happened, I'd be scared shit.
I know.
What's going on?
Yeah, it was weird. We ended up outside with the fire truck coming, and we actually missed some of the movie. Everybody missed some of the movie because when we went back in, they didn't rewind it.
What?
Well, they stopped it, but like after the stuff happened, so we probably missed like, I'm gonna guess like 5 minutes.
You probably missed like a horrible kill where a child's head is pulling off. It's
honestly, I don't know how you guessed, but like that's actually kind of what we missed.
Oh wow.
It's a mall.
Okay.
It's a mall scene. But yeah, I don't want to give it away, but you're very close.
I know my Terrifier.
Yeah.
So give me the rundown.
I honestly, I was disappointed. Like, anyone who knows me knows like I like most things and I love clowns. And I saw the first two, and this one was obviously like, for whatever reason, everybody jumped on this one. As you know, it's like making tons of money and everybody's talking about it. And
you know why? It's because your movie is only as good as its predecessor, and like people really like 2, so they went out to see 3.
Yeah, I definitely thought 2 was better. Now, like the first one, I really liked the first one, and it was more of like a standard, clown killing people. Clown.
One had $100,000 budget, and I just watched that for the first time the other day. That movie that blew me away that they made that for $100,000.
The first one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you know, like the first one has like a specific scene that stands out, a specific kill.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Second one, they try to one up it, and they have like, this longer, like the scene that's like the violent kill. It's like a longer one. They tried to outdo themselves. Second one also adds more elements of like, there was like some religious themes going on and like some, demonic stuff. Like they added more to the story.
Well, it introduces the fantasy aspect where the first one didn't,
Correct. So the third one goes really hard on all those. So first of all, I will say the whole first half of the third one, there was no story. There was no plot. It was just all kill scenes. And I was honestly like, I don't know if I've seen too many horror movies at this point. I was bored. Like the first half, even though there was all this violent, all this gross, violent stuff in front of me, I was just like,
well, if you don't know the people that are about to be killed, then it doesn't resonate. It's you can't. I mean, just showing like a clown killing people that you haven't seen on screen until he kills them is pointless. Yeah. Shock value.
Right. And you don't really get to know them very well, like you say. And there was some creativity, there was some creativity in the kills, but the third one also adds a little bit of animal cruelty and child cruelty.
I'm fine with child cruelty. I'm out with animal cruelty.
There was a little bit.
Stop being babies. I being babies. The thing is, look, you know what? I went to a drive-in movie with a lady to watch John Wick 3, and then there were dogs on scene, and they were like, "Do you think they're gonna kill the dogs?" And I was like, "Have you seen John Wick?"
Yeah.
It's not a surprise. And also, they don't kill the dog. They don't kill the animals. They don't kill the babies. Everybody's fine. It is your suspension of disbelief.
Yes, we're aware of this stuff, Scotty. We're
so
aware
what the hell do you care? No. Well, because but I've heard about people getting all pissy about like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 because it's so mean to animals. And
Scotty,
it's like,
have you ever emoted in a movie ever? Has anything in a movie ever made you feel something?
I don't have human emotions.
No, I'm just saying if you have, of course you know it's not real, but you buy into the story, and when you're enveloped in a movie theater and something's happening to an animal, or for some people, kids, I'm fine with that. But
no, I love the death of children.
Well, that's when you know it's super fake, because you don't even know if the animals know what's going on. They don't want to be on.
Yeah.
They're like, Just give me treats and I'll do whatever you want. It's fine.
Yeah,
but anyway,
exactly.
let's let Joanne continue, please.
Did you ever see the end of Beetlejuice? And there was that weird Beetlejuice baby.
Well, I saw the movie, so I definitely watched the ending. Yeah.
So you saw the Beetlejuice baby.
Well, Beetlejuice baby was in the middle of it too, not just the ending.
No, I'm just asking. Did you see it?
I just said yes like 3 times.
Joanne, did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
So what else happened in the movie? Not Beetlejuice.
Not Beetlejuice. Go back to Terrifier.
So yeah, back to that. So it's just not a personal preference for me. I realize it's a horror movie. I'm not saying I can't, expect certain things or take certain things, but I think that they're trying to go so hard on like trying to shock everybody, and trying to get like more and more gross, violent, offensive, that it's like they let go of the story for like half the movie. So right when the story was starting, really, the plot was starting, the fire alarm went off and we all had to evacuate. Then we came back. And then
the movie was so
no, it was a publicity stunt. It was like after the
evacuate.
third child death, somebody pulled a fire alarm for a publicity stunt.
Yeah, so the other thing about it, and this is also personal preference, is that it's no longer, and like I said, they started doing this in the second movie. It's no longer just a clown slasher. It's like this, evil, really evil, demonic.
It gets all fantasy and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And
like the second one introduced the girl, the ghost girl with the eyes, the crazy little
Yes. And there's, so it's just not really my personal preference where you just have this completely like demonic evil clown with like those types of themes. It's not a knock on the movie. That's just a personal preference. Sure. So just all of those things combined, I just, like I said, I just thought they were trying too hard on the shock value, violence, gross.
I think it sounds like from what you're saying, they took away the wrong lessons learned from the first and second one, which is like, make it fun, make it crazy, make it violent, but it's not necessary. Like people like Art the Clown. Art the Clown is interesting. He's super scary sometimes, and then he's
the actor.
Funny.
I love the acting.
Oh, that guy is like the biggest sweetheart in the world, too.
That's what I heard too. Yeah.
From what it sounds like, they just went for like, okay, I guess people just want the gore, and I don't think that's the case. Like, I actually like the first one a little bit more than the second one, just having watched the first one the other day, because it's so stripped down, it's so basic.
I agree.
And I love how they pull a Marion Crane. The lead character in that movie, who's in it for about an hour, dies like right at the hour mark, and then somebody else and you're like, oh fuck! Like I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, the one kill in that movie, the Saw, I don't think anything in 2 trumps that. That fucking scene is gnarly, man. Like,
yeah, and it's also what gets to you, right? Like everybody has different things that they think are more painful. Now the third one, like it has like all these extreme things. I actually heard that the actor like actually threw up after this particular scene. But to me, it's like it's gotten so over the top that it's like I'm desensitized to it, and I think it just like is fake now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It sounds like a overkill. But Scotty should have been there to comfort that actor and say, hey, it's not real, right?
No, but I'm not going to say that to the actor, and I'm sure that their physical reaction to the performance enhanced the overall cinematic experience. I just find it all. Yeah. Like it's shock value. I don't find it thematically satisfying.
Yeah, and to me during the Halloween season, I'm not looking for that kind of thing. And that's why I think the first one kind of works a little bit better, because it's not, the first one actually takes about 35, 40 minutes before the gore hits. It's more like Art the Clown stalking these 2 girls.
Yeah,
and that's
what I prefer.
Shit. Yeah, that's the creepy shit. Hey, Scotty, really quick, could you read this from Finity, sir?
Finity says the question of suspension of disbelief is actually central to discussions with Scotty and Ben.
Yeah, he knows us pretty well.
That's brought to you by Nabisco. Nabisco.
It's a fan there. That's good. But yeah. So that's what I thought of that, movie. On the plus side, I do love his acting. It's still fun to watch him and his facial expressions and his excitement, like when he's
Yeah.
he sees a prospect.
Well, he changes on a dime from being a goofy clown to just staring at you in the scariest way, you know?
And he has some facial expressions that'll scare you in this one.
Yeah,
Where he's like getting angry and you're like, oh shit, you know, like, yeah. And so he does a great job. And that is, I'm not taking that away.
Well, the good thing about these movies now, and now that this one is just a box office juggernaut for its budget and for what it is, like you now have, because we've been lacking in these new like kind of horror icon people. Now we have Art the Clown, you know, and they'll probably make a shitload of these movies because they've proven they can make them for nothing.
Yep.
And people will go see
Halloween
them.
decorations, you know?
Yeah. And the first one took place on Halloween. I think the second one did too. This one was like a Christmas movie, right?
Christmas.
Yeah. That's an interesting take. Yeah. Bunch of kids going down to see what Santa brought them, and then they get like a hatchet to the face. All right. Well, good. So
I will never figure out how to work my phone. So.
Would you recommend that movie? Because it sounds like maybe, well, you're not saying don't see it. You're not saying see it. You're just giving your own personal taste.
Yeah, exactly. You know, everybody's different. You know, you might go and see it and think something different, Ben. You know, you might be like, oh, I don't know what she was talking about.
I'll wait for streaming. I probably will never see a Terrifier movie in the theater. My anxiety will just go sky. I'll shoot out the top of the building.
I'm never gonna see this movie. I don't.
You're not? Why?
Because I don't
probably
care.
Not his jam. Yeah.
It's not my jam. When you said I love killer clowns, I was like, fuck off. So I was like, I don't care about this at all.
Right.
Scotty, would you read this one, please? Since it's directed towards you.
Infinity says Scotty scoffs. I do. Quite frequently, at your getting involved in a story, yet Scotty's heart is touched by fictional Ghostbusters staying friends between movies.
Dude,
it is true.
Somebody, Scotty, somebody definitely watched It's a Bloody Good Year. Because you were talking about that a lot in that.
Winston and Ray being buddies.
No, I love, dude. Infinity, man. Good poll, dude. Like, you clearly watched that episode because Scotty talks a lot about liking Ghostbusters 2 more than one because he likes to see how their friendship has grown. Hey, there's our girl. Hey, Ash D. Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
Hi.
Happy early Halloween. Wonderful to see you. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's see. Lemon Pie says, another movie to avoid for your mental health. Don't mess with this movie. I've never seen that movie. I never will.
I haven't seen it, but apparently it's Adam Sandler as an ex-Mossad agent.
And now he's like a hairdresser or something.
And he's a hairdresser. But considering the current conflict in the Middle East, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Zohan could have worked this all out.
You know, Ash G just wrote something, and I almost, at my peripherals, thought it said something else. It says, "Hey, pie." Does anybody want to guess what I thought it said?
Hippie?
Never
Herpes?
mind. Never mind.
What?
Take away the EY and add an AIR to it. Never mind.
I have no idea what you're trying to spell. This is
I thought
the
it
worst
said
game of Wheel of Fortune I have ever played.
I thought it said hair pie for a second there, Scotty. So.
Oh, hair pie. You know what? That's never like what? And what is a hair pie, Ben?
I don't want to get into it. I shouldn't have said it.
Well, you're the one who brought it up. You're the one who had
to. I just asked you a simple question.
No, someone else apparently. Hair pie.
Oh, see, Affinity knows. Oh wait, where'd it go? Nerds from Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah.
Very true.
All right. Well, Ash D, you didn't miss much. We were talking about box office, and then I said go see Smile 2. I thought it was terrific. And Joanne, not the biggest fan of Terrifier 3, and it sounds like she has a lot of good points. something I was kind of fearing that the movie might delve into a little bit too much. But hey, you know what? It's doing good at the box office, and I'm kind of happy about that because I love it when like independent, under $5 million movies make money. It helps revenue at the box office. It helps theaters. It's great. And I bet you when it came out last week, there was Art the Clown's dressed up and stuff everywhere.
Oh yeah.
I mean, maybe, who knows, but well, guys,
pumpkin with his face.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it, shall we?
I've just been informed that zombies have entered the building. They're at the door. They're coming in.
All right, let's talk zombies, guys.
Yes,
let's talk some serious zombies here. And again, this isn't something where it has to be your top 5, your top whatever. I just want to talk about zombie movies because there's still zombie movies I've never seen. Me and John were like rooting through 1985, and we're like, oh my God, you have Return of the Living Dead, you have Day of the Dead. There's a bunch of zombie movies. And I was looking through it. I'm like, man, some people even think like Evil Dead are zombie movies. I don't consider those zombie movies because those are like demonic possession type of thing.
Yeah.
But I'll go first. My favorite zombie movie of all time is Return of the Living Dead. I fucking love that movie so much. And a lot of people don't know this, but zombies eating brains came from this movie. People think it's like been a thing forever. It came from this movie. And I don't think it really went further than this franchise. I think there was a couple, but I love the idea that they eat brains, and then when they get the severed zombie with the boobs hanging out, and they zap her and wake her up on the table. She's like, "We need the brains. We become smart from the brains." Like, it's so fucking great. It's a whole new kind of dimension. Yeah, for a 1985 movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good, so good.
I know,
but
you're saying.
Are you gonna see it?
Of course I fucking am.
All right.
Yeah, you need to. Dan O'Bannon script.
So spoil it for me. You're allowed spoilers. Spoilers for Return of the Living Dead.
Leanna Quigley gets naked a lot in it. And
hey, I love nudity.
And then she turns into a zombie. It's just great. And this character right here. He's called Tarman, and he's the one that pops up out of the toxic waste barrel. And he's such a cool zombie, but he's so easy to kill. They literally, like, he looks crazy and like he kills that one guy, but then they just hit a bat against his head and his head flies off. It's like, because the movie's kind of goofy, like slapsticky. I mean, it's scary too, but it doesn't take itself very seriously. So I think Return of the Living Dead is, and the cool thing about it, Scotty, it's kind of a meta movie. And when you watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about, because they reference Night of the Living Dead, but as a movie. So it's kind of like that early stages of like being meta, where it calls itself Return of the Living Dead, but it doesn't have anything to do with the movie Return of the Living Dead. Night of the Living Dead is a movie within this movie. And the guy even says, like, have you ever seen that movie Night of the Living Dead? Well, some people say it's true. And like, so you're kind of like, okay, the movie exists in this universe, but was it a true story? It's great. The writing's great. It's Dan O'Bannon. It's fucking great. Great. There's some great kills in it. I love that the main cast of punk rocks names Suicide, Trash, Scuzz, Spider. It's such a 1985, like, punk rock gang bunch of names. But yeah. So what do you guys got?
Well, my number one favorite zombie movie of all time is Weekend at Bernie's Part 2.
Technically works. Yeah.
And the reason that I bring this one up, and I'm saying it flippantly, but I'm also saying it in terms of the roots of the zombie genre, is that like George A. Romero with Night of the Living Dead made what is the modern zombie. But before he made whatever he made, which is amazing, by the way, before that, it was like voodoo, and it was like the Caribbean bringing people back from the dead. and then they would do your commands, and then they would drop dead again. And so it wasn't it wasn't an onslaught of never-ending terror. It was just like, oh yeah, it was like a golem, if you will. It was a Frankenstein's monster that could be attacking you. And so, yeah, but in Weekend at Bernie's Part 2, apparently the boys have to get to a Caribbean island, and there's a gold box or something. And so, yeah, they get voodoo to make Bernie dance around. He only moves when there's music. And so I relate to Bernie in that regard.
Well, you're moving.
So yes, I would highly recommend, if you would like to introduce the concept of zombie voodoo to your children, I would say watch Weekend at Bernie's Part 2, and they'll be like, that's so funny. Then do Dawn of the Dead.
It's the Mobu. The Mobu. Dude, by the way, I sent
Andrew McCarthy was there. It had to be fun.
I sent you that thing with Jonathan Silverman, Andrew McCarthy, and Terry. God, what's his name? Terry what?
Kaiser.
Yeah, I sent you that thing. They just popped up out of nowhere at a con and like did a panel. It was
like last week.
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah. But no, it's funny that you say that about voodoo, because like the other Ben and I, we just did a Flights and Flicks on remakes, and he did the 1990 Night of Living Dead remake, and he mentioned that too. He has this thing where he talks about like, well, it started with voodoo, and then it was like toxic waste, and nowadays it's always viruses, which is like a zombie thing. But
oh no, but even in Shaun of the Dead, they say something, and I think it's also in Dawn of the Dead, is that there was like an asteroid that broke apart. There was something that happened in the atmosphere.
Well, Night of the Creeps was like that too. Night of the Creeps was
okay.
Yeah, Night of the Creeps was like something that crashed landed or whatever and just turned people into. Oh, hey, look who's here.
Hey, Phil.
Hey, man. I'll see Smile 2 over Terrifier 3, but I enjoy the first two. Over the Top Gore just makes me laugh. Yeah, well, yeah.
Right.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Me too. That's how I deal with it too. I'm just like.
Ashley says best zombie movie, Shaun of the Dead, hands down. Yeah, that's a good one.
I knew that would be a popular pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
Ash D, you got to check out Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Day of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show you some Day of the
Dead. Nothing can kill the grimace.
I think.
No, but that's the thing. That's
Day of the Dead is Tom.
Like Day of the Dead has the best zombie kills.
Oh, dude, it's Savini at his all-time best. I mean, yes. I don't even want to show some of them. When the guy's body's getting split in half, I'd have to blur some of that out. It's so fucking gorgeous and awesome and fun. Yeah, Day of the Dead has the best kills. It's a slow burn movie. It takes a while to get going. It's almost like a science fiction because you have this group of people underneath in like a bunker, like a military like science lab or whatever, and you have people just going nuts because nothing's going on. But when those zombies come crashing through that like gate, man, like everyone just gets torn to pieces. It's glorious.
Well, I actually had 5 zombie movies or shows come to mind, when you told me the topic, and that was actually going to be my first one when we saw that re-release in the theater.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. So Day of the Dead. Didn't we see?
Well, we saw Dawn of the Dead.
Okay. I thought the mall was Day of the Dead. Did I?
No, that's Dawn of the Dead.
Okay, that's
fucking that's my second favorite.
Yes.
Of all
time. So that's actually I really enjoyed that. The theater experience was really cool to see it in the as a re-release in the theater. That was just awesome. And as you were humming the music, the wall music. That was in our heads for days.
I don't know this one. Have you seen?
It's my ringtone.
When Good Ghouls Go Bad. It's a childhood TV movie, but I love it. It's just I just rewatched it. No, I never heard of that one. TV movie from when? Like what era? I want to know. I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And Ashley also says, "Oh boy, Scotty is already fired up."
I've been fired up since 1997.
But go ahead, John. Sorry.
Yeah. So another one that I had on my list is maybe not a traditional zombie movie, but Pet Sematary. I consider to be a zombie movie.
Oh,
it is. It is a zombie movie.
Now that you
totally
mention it,
and that goes more with like what Scotty was saying, where it's more like rituals and maybe not voodoo, but
Right.
it's more of like a religious, supernatural thing, like a virus or a toxic. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can kind of control it to a certain degree. You kind of create the zombie yourself, and you can decide to do so. But yeah, that's it's a classic, and it's something that resonates with me. As I'm sure it does you too, Ben, because of the way we feel about our animals. If
zombie cat.
Yeah, if you were faced with that
eating
decision,
the zombie cats.
I
They're
didn't even
eating the dogs.
They're eating the zombie dogs.
I thought it was funny too, because Church doesn't even really act that different than a normal cat. It wasn't that bad. Like,
no, it was just like it was a normal creepy cat. Yeah.
Yeah. So if that's all it is, like, what would you do if you were faced with that decision, Ben? Would you do it?
No.
Okay.
What are we killing?
No, you get.
No, we're not killing.
Everything has a life cycle and a lifespan, and you move on.
You're right, but I'm sure that you've done what I do when I watch that movie, is that you put yourself emotionally into those people's situations, and you can totally see why they decided to do what they did.
Well, the first one, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you realize the first one came out different, and it's not the same. It's not the same thing it was when you tried to resurrect it.
I know.
You certainly don't do that with your child, because it's not going to be the same.
Or your wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, of course there was a lesson to be learned, and he should.
And why are they evil once they're resurrected from the Pet Cemetery?
They're just undead. They're just
undead.
Yeah, they're just
no, I would kill the fuck out of it after I made my mistake.
I like my dog that I had for like 15 years, like she had a wonderful life, a peaceful passing. I would never do something like that, unless she would come back and just howl and be a funny howler, like
right.
Yeah. But she wouldn't. She'd come back and try to kill me every night.
but my point is, you can see the temptation.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Right. So
well, and I don't have a child, but that one, obviously, in the original Pet Cemetery is more so. You see, like the father's like, just complete anguish and despair when that semi hits him, and like that scene where the shoe comes out, you're like, oh my god. But but then talk about like child like death and stuff. Like when he puts that needle in that.
Oh yeah.
I know. He was undead, but yes, but yeah, I mean and I actually this actually brings up another topic that maybe we could do another day, Ben. I would like to do a compare and contrast on the original and the remake of Pet Cemetery, because I actually really liked that remake.
I only saw it once.
Scotty?
It was pretty. It was okay. I only saw it once, but yeah, it was.
Yeah,
good.
I
didn't even
once
know.
too.
Is that the one with Sam Rockwell?
No, no. That's Poltergeist you're thinking of.
Okay.
The Pet Cemetery remake has Jason Clarke.
Oh,
who's really good. Good actor.
Jason Clarke is very.
I love him from Zero Dark 30, but yeah, him
no,
as John Connor.
You know what? I enjoyed him in Terminator Genesis.
There you go. But I didn't watch the movie for him. I mean, I like.
No, I know. And an actor is good in a role suiting to the story. I don't mean to be dismissive based on casting.
Yeah, but yeah, no. What I thought was interesting was the stuff they decided to keep the same, and the stuff that they decided to change.
It's very
for variety and throw you off here, because you think you know what you're expecting. You're like, oh no, they did it this way. I thought it was really cool. So
I don't know which one's.
Hey, if you liked it, I'm in.
I don't know which is closer to the book because I've never read it.
I haven't
They're
either.
drastically different movies for sure. Yeah. Read this one from Ash D, Joanne.
It's been a long time since I've seen a lot of these old zombie movies. If I want zombie fear, I just watch TWD.
No, well, you know what? I'm bitter against The Walking Dead just because it wouldn't shut up. Like,
oh, it still hasn't shut up. It's still going.
I love zombie movies, but the thing about zombie movies is that they're done in 2 hours, and I don't like the zombie television because they never resolve.
Yeah.
And
well, there's no way to resolve it. Yeah.
Well, but that's what makes a good zombie story is a resolution, some sort of button. I don't care what that button is.
It only has to be a sign of hope. Like 28 Days Later has this little sign of hope where they put out a sign and then they're like, oh, it's the Americans flying overhead. And they're like, okay, we're all going to get off this godforsaken island that we call Europe.
Zombie
or whatever. I don't know. Black Phillip says it's hard to pick a favorite, but I have a soft spot for Warm Bodies. Is that
the good? It is good.
Nicholas Holtz, where like he's like a boyfriend of he's a zombie boyfriend or what? I've never seen it. I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I don't remember who the girl was though.
Isn't the boy from About a Boy? Isn't that the actor?
Yeah. That's what I said. Nicholas Holt. Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
He played Beast in X-Men. He was Renfield in the movie Renfield.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
He played J.R.R. Tolkien.
Wow.
Fuck off.
Done a lot.
He did. Oh, I got.
Yeah, but I don't care. I don't care. Lord of the Rings is for the.
Here's one I love. Love this movie. It's very intense. It's part of that zombie genre where they're very fast and very like agile, not like the slow moving ones. And that is Train to Busan. Train to Busan. I have
that movie. Never seen it.
It's one of the most intense movies. Definitely one of the most intense because essentially you're just stuck on this bullet train with a bunch of fucking zombies.
I didn't know it was a zombie movie.
Yeah, it's really good. And there's a second one too. I didn't see that one. Did you see it, Joe?
No, I don't think so.
Train to Busan is legit terrifying. It's very 28 Days Later, like the way. The zombies almost look exactly the same as the 28 Days Later, where they really just their eye color changes to like just complete red, and they have this like ravenous look to them, but they don't really turn into like, their skin doesn't, you know what I mean? Like they don't turn into like blue or green or whatever.
Oh, I like those.
I like those
cute
too.
zombies.
Just remember that they want to be in here.
What the hell are they?
They're us, that's all. There's no more room in hell.
God damn, there's so many quotable lines in Dawn of the Dead. It's so fucking good, that movie, man.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, and so diverse.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. You got a woman and
two white guys, a black guy, a woman, and then the bad guy is Tom Savini's Italian. Plus all the zombies. Come on.
Nicholas Holt is so hot. Says Ash D.
He's a
Yes.
good looking guy, but it feels weird to me because
He's got
I
those
watched
eyes, man. He's got those
kid. Yeah, but he was like a little kid, and I was already like,
No,
No,
but
well,
he's
there
not a
it
little
is.
kid anymore, Joanne.
No, I know, but
Honestly, he could do Bond. If he bulks up a little bit,
Oh,
he
that's
could do
true.
Bond. He could do Bond. But I say that about any British actor. So
No, Nicholas Holt is not James
yeah,
Bond.
I guess he's
I
not.
don't.
I guess he's not.
No, I don't give a good goddamn who says he thinks.
You know what he
they
could
are.
do though? You know what he could do though, Scotty? Is he could do
He could be Q.
Yeah, he definitely could be Q. That's a good call. And he could do Sherlock Holmes maybe.
No, even then I would say he's much more.
Or maybe
of
he
a
could be Doc.
Watson.
Maybe he could be Doc. Yeah, he could be Watson. Yeah, he could be Watson. Yeah. Well, basically what we're saying is he's second tier on all.
Yes, he's a beta.
There's
Says
John.
me, who is obviously an alpha.
So John, my better half on cinema
Hey.
says, yeah, they're not undead in 28 days. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like so many zombie movies these days, when it comes to the virus, it's like,
Yeah.
what's that one with Brad Pitt where the zombies are all CGI?
Oh, World War Z?
Yeah, World War Z. It's just like they're just like
Yeah.
it's just like a virus, and I'm fine with it being a virus, but I respect it more when it's something like you said, Scotty, voodoo, or I like Return of the Living Dead because it's just like a toxic waste thing,
Well, but that's like the thing is, and I agree with Epic Torch, is that if they run, they're not the undead.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot run.
When they go,
yeah, no, I don't mind them snarling up close.
No, but when they move that fast, it's just like they're.
But if
sick.
they're running
They're
at
sick,
you,
know?
yeah, it's just. Well, it's like when you watch I Am Legend. Are they zombies?
No, they're supposed to be vampires in the book.
Yeah, and they're not that either.
They're nothing.
They're just monsters.
They're CGI.
They're
monstrosities.
flailing people. They used to be us. I know.
you should put up a poll, Ben. Fast zombies or slow zombies?
Oh, good one, Joe. Good one.
There's no reason to put
I'm
up
gonna do
that
it now,
poll.
so you guys-
The answer is slow zombies. And if you answer in the contrary, get out of my life.
Wow.
Okay, so you know what? I'll close this poll now. We got 10 votes. Let's see, what does it say here? Why is it not showing up?
I do not know.
I said end poll, and it did not end the poll.
Oh no.
It looked like, oh, that sucks.
I love how Infinity is like fast zombies. That's what I love. Fast zombies.
Oh, here it is. Okay, so are zombie movies your favorite horror subgenre? 50% said no. 30%
I said no.
30% said yes, and 20% said a close second. All right,
That's pretty
a
good.
nice little. Yeah, that's not bad. But for the most part, yeah, I agree. It's not my favorite either, but I just put it in there, put the poll in there. So, what'd you say, Joanne? Fast zombies or slow zombies?
Yeah.
All right, you guys talk. I'm gonna type.
All right. So I've got, I don't know about you guys. I've got 3 more zombie related things that I wanted to mention. You guys have lists? Okay, I'll just go with one of them. So there was actually a book. I don't read very often, but there was a book that
I didn't even know you could read.
I can. And I actually read a whole book a few years ago. And
Yes.
Coincidentally, last night, I was trying to Google the name because I was trying to remember the name. And when I looked it up, it looks like they're actually making it or made it into a film this year. And I don't know where you can see it or if it's out yet. But the book is Handling the Undead. And it's like a Norwegian writer. I think his name is Lindquist. And he wrote Let the Right One In too.
Oh, great vampire movie.
Yes. So that the Handling the Undead, the book was awesome. And I watched the trailer yesterday for whatever they made or are making. And it looks like they're sticking, to the book from what I could see. So I wanted to mention that, like, I would really recommend that. And if you read, I'd recommend that book. So that's definitely one I wanted to call out.
Oh, from John. Joanne, you got to read this one because I know you know this. I totally forgot about this.
Oh, this is from Black Phillip.
Oh, my bad. Here we go.
Oh, okay. They're voiced by. Oh yeah, I Am Legend's voiced by.
Yeah,
Mike
all
Patton.
the growls and snarls are
Yes.
Mike Patton doing his Mike Patton thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, we got a new one here. Want to read this, Scotty? Hey, thanks for joining.
Hey, Gavin. Welcome to the jungle. Asks, have you seen the Bill Pullman, Wes Craven movie Serpent and the Rainbow?
Yes, and I'll never forget the cover of that movie with Bill Pullman, undead, coming out of a coffin with a burned cross on his head. He's like, ah, yeah, that movie's like straight up voodoo shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I rented that from the local video store and had sex with the girlfriend of my time that I had lost my virginity to for the third time. And so, yeah, no, I had a great time watching Serpent and the Rainbow. I had sex.
I got a hand job during Bram Stoker.
During what?
During
No,
Bram Stoker's
dude,
Dracula.
vaginal. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, come on, man. The 90s. You go to the movies for
Whatever.
2 reasons. One, to watch a movie. One, for something completely different.
And this is why every time I see Bill Pullman, I have an erection. It's not because I'm gay. It's just I equate it to losing my virginity.
I like this. Lemon says, I like my women fast and my zombies slow.
All right.
Yes.
Actually,
strike that. Reverse it.
Do you know what that is, Joanne? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that's a Seinfeld. That's a Seinfeld reference because.
Oh, okay.
I was saying I don't
Siri,
read very much.
Yeah. All right. It just yeah. I Am Legend CGI monstrosities voiced by Mike Patton.
But you know what? I know the CGI sucked in I Am Legend, but I think it is. I'm not a big fan of Will Smith at this point in time, but I still think that movie.
I thought it was good in another. I thought he was good in it, and I actually. Francis Lawrence, the director of that movie, Joanne knew I was going to mention that. I was actually a groomsman standing next to him at a wedding one time, and me and him talked for about an hour. Francis Lawrence, the director of that movie. Great guy. Great guy.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like this comment here.
Yeah, read it.
If you read 21st Century in a nutshell. Very
I'm glad you read that.
I've proven that I can read.
It makes perfect sense. Well, unless you're reading your phone, I guess,
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking about books, Jerry.
Hey, we got a new one here. BC Herbs. Hey, good evening, panel and chat. Happy Halloween from North BC. Oh, I'm guessing that's British Columbia.
I'm assuming so.
Yeah.
Hey, well, welcome, BC Herbs. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for joining. Gavin.
You're also a week and a day early.
Gavin Blackburn, remind me, what was it you asked?
Why did you ask? I don't know.
Yeah. Travis Mitchell, what's up, man? Travis Mitchell says, Scotty describing my experience watching The Hangover 3.
See, I didn't. Did you guys watch The Hangover 2 and 3?
I watched the second one and I didn't see the third one. The second one was so bad I didn't even care about the third one.
I think I've seen 2 and 3 on television at some point, bits and pieces.
I remember when the third one came out, 7-Eleven had big gulps with the wolf pack faces on them. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm out.
Isn't that just an invitation to go and dump bourbon into a big
It
gulp?
was just so, it was like, is it getting that commercialized now? Or like 7-Eleven has like Zach Galifianakis' face on big gulp?
Nothing says refreshing beverage like a beard on a cup. Joanne, did you see The Hangover 2 and 3?
I'm pretty sure I saw them all, and I didn't care if they were bad. They made me laugh.
Yeah,
this is
fair enough.
a very, very random comment, but I kind of find it extraordinary. You want to read it, Scotty?
Ash D in the chat says, I almost lost my virginity to watching American History X.
I'm glad it was
And
almost. I'm glad
that's how anal sex happens.
Sounded like your serpent was going over. One that scared me as a kid was Stephen King.
Isn't there bum assault in American History X?
There is, yeah.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that my bum assault joke wasn't. You don't want to bring up bum assault unless it's adjacent or appropriate. But okay, so at least there was bum assault. No,
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
I don't care what anybody says. The original is still rock solid. It's such a great movie, man. It's such a great. Ben is such a great character. I don't know if you guys saw the 1990 remake that Tom Savini directed. The only thing he ever directed, and Tony Todd plays Ben in a very different way, but it's really great. It's really great.
Who's the lady in that? Who's Barbara?
Oh man, I don't know the actress's name, but
she was in Babylon 5.
Yes, she was.
She was a stunt lady.
I think so. But she was so different.
I forget her name. I'll find it.
She gets herself a Ripley haircut and starts like fucking shooting zombies.
Oh my god.
She doesn't cower like the Barbara from the 68 one at all.
Right. Yeah. No, and she was totally she's always been a crush of mine. I like gingers with short hair. I like gingers with long hair.
Travis Mitchell says, I actually like The Hangover too. That's fine. Yeah. It's so grimy and
get out.
Todd Phillips making his sequels. And yes, no, I agree, Travis. Like, he clearly does not like to do sequels, and he wants to turn you off by them because he's forced to make them. The first Hangover movie to me is like one of the funniest movies of the early aughts or of the aughts. And he probably didn't want to do a second one. He was forced to. So he kind of gave you this shitty, grimy, like same thing. And I've heard the same thing with Filet Mignon Joker. It's like he didn't want to do it. He was forced to. So he just gave you something to kind of butt fuck you with, I guess. I don't know.
91? 1991?
What? Living Dead?
The Living Dead.
90. So Travis Mitchell says there's bum assault in Joker 2 and Hangover 2, to be fair.
In which two?
Yeah.
Oh, Hangover 2 and Joker 2. Okay.
John's totally got your back here, Scotty. The first cinematic zombies were voodoo's. Yeah, totally. Well, I mean,
Patricia Tallman is who I'm referring to.
Is that her name?
Lovely lady. Yes.
I thought I was going to say Cynthia Rothrock, but I would obviously be wrong with that one. But
yes.
I'll read this one, Scotty.
Ash says, you just have loved Ginger from Gilligan's Island.
And then she corrects herself here.
Must have loved? No, I'm such a Marianne guy.
I'm way more Marianne. Way more.
I can't live up to Ginger's needs.
And Infinity says, you like anything with green screen or green skin? And everyone knows. Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Oh no, but that reminds me. Welcome to my self-promotion, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If you happen to be a member of this channel, I would recommend you liking, subscribing, any financial support that you can provide. You should. I am a part of several other channels, but that's not important right now. What I want is there's a Hot Toys She-Hulk doll, and I want it. It's $400. I have no right to ask for anybody to get this.
You bring this She-Hulk doll up all the time. I want to know what
and
you're gonna.
I will shut the fuck up as soon as someone buys me my toy.
I just want to know what you're gonna do with it. That's all I want to know.
Cherish it.
I wonder if Terrier will get it. Terrier will probably get that toy.
See, Gavin knows what I'm talking about. Again, with the She-Hulk doll. See, I'm not alone. Somebody watches this show.
It's insane. It's stupid. But I want my doll.
Oh, yeah. John's right. Yeah. 1932 White Zombie. Yeah. I watched that a few years ago. It was streaming. And I think it kind of sucks. But yeah, it's definitely one of those.
Joanne.
Read
Joanne.
this one.
So I was talking to Joanne. I was talking to Terrier the other day, and I found out that I could get all of like the 1990s Barbies that look like the Spice Girls for like $120. It would be like a third of the cost of the She-Hulk doll.
Don't buy it for him, Joanne. Don't buy it for him.
No, I'm not planning on it.
Do you think I should switch gears to the She-Hulk doll or the Spice Girls dolls?
Spice Girls.
You think?
Because you get 5.
Yeah.
Of one. You know,
that's what I was thinking.
But She-Hulk is bigger.
See, that's a good point. Anyway, let's move on.
My favorite She-Hulk is when China Doll played her in a porno.
I saw that. I came.
Yeah. Joanne, can you read this one from Travis Mitchum, please, dear?
Scooby-Doo Zombie Island was a terrifying direct-to-video zombie film with actual zombies. It still holds up as an adult. Is that the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Well, no, that was called Monsters Unleashed, the second one. No, I think it's a cartoon, but that does remind me though. I'm not a gamer, but I did like to play arcade games. Joanne, you remember Nickel?
Yes.
With the nickel arcade?
Uh-huh.
Not everything was a nickel there, by the way, everybody. Like most stuff was 25 cents, 50 cents, but they had a lot of nickel old school games.
Yeah.
But they had that Island, I think it was called Island of the Dead.
Oh yeah.
And then they made like a movie. That game was so fun. It was so fucking fun. It's like a shooter. You have like a gun posted up on the arcade game, just like shooting zombies. I guess they made a movie of it that was just fucking dreadful.
Oh,
but
wow.
I never saw it.
They made a video game, Island of the Dead.
Well, that's what I'm talking about, the video game, Scott.
Yeah, but what system was it on?
I played it on the arcade console.
Yeah.
Like actually.
Oh no, but I remember it being
I don't know.
On, yeah.
I don't know. It was on either PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, Coleco,
Sega, Atari, Commodore.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So John wants to know: is it a blow-up She-Hulk doll? That's what I was thinking.
I think that's what Ben was wanting to know. Oh boy.
No, and the thing is, I've been anyway. I'll tell you all about it later.
Hey, thank you so much for 13 people watching. We appreciate you very much. That's amazing. You guys are awesome.
Hey, man, I love She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk is great.
So do I. That's why I said get her instead of the Spice Girls.
I have an unopened Lego.
What do you want for Christmas, Joanne? Do you want the Spice Girls dolls?
Sorry, Travis, he cut you off while I was trying to read your chat.
Sorry, Travis.
Probably buy you 3 shoes. Oh, I'm sure it will. I'm sure. Hey, there's our boy. There's our T. Hello, all. Running late. Just finished spending time with my 16-year-old, sharing with him Nightmare on Elm Street 3 for the first time. Yeah.
Oh, is Nancy back in 3? Yes.
Yeah. She's in a very plausible situation. I love it. Like,
yeah,
what she's doing for a living makes perfect sense. And John Saxton is also back in 3 as Don.
Oh,
as Don
I can
Thompson,
see that again.
Father. Yeah, I love 3. Good to see you there. Represent this for show. Scotty, read this, please.
Ash says, I don't know how much it is, but I have the original Little Mermaid from the 1990s with the penis on the cover and unedited stuff.
Yeah,
that's got to be worth a shit ton if it's mint.
Right.
Well, I went to my local DVD store and I got a copy of The Little Mermaid on DVD. And then I just put my penis on top of it and then took a picture. And I said, $50. And that's my LinkedIn profile.
Nice.
Now. Yeah.
That'll get you work. That'll definitely get you work.
Well, you haven't seen the quality of the picture. On
Black
the DVD,
Black
I mean.
Phillip, how dare you, sir? How dare you? Because you're in the bad company here. Me and Scotty love Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. How dare
yeah. Oh, Elm Street 2 is great.
Elm Street 2 is so different than all the other ones. You got to give it credit. But I love you. I love you, Phil. Thank you for being here. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, but it's fine. People don't like things.
I want to move
things.
I want to move back to going to a couple more of our movies. We
More zombies
for the most part. I'm so excited and overwhelmed that there's so many people chatting. I kind of got like, enveloped into that for a little bit. But movies, a couple of zombie movies that I think, well, it's one zombie movie, but it was remade, that I think doesn't get a lot of credit. It's The Crazies from 1973, and then the 2010 with Timothy Olyphant is fucking great. The Crazies is an amazing kind of recreation of that genre, and it came out even before Dawn of the Dead. It took the zombie apocalypse away and just made it this town, like a corn-fed Midwestern town setting, which I think was kind of the first time it did that. And I really think that the remake with Oliphant was pretty tried and true. Like it was pretty good to the original, like same kind of ending. I don't know if you guys have seen The Crazies.
No, I'm gonna add it to my list right now.
Oh, The Crazies is great. It's some of the coolest zombies because they are slow, but they're very agile and they're very violent. And that one was a poisonous gas,
Okay.
And it's really dour, where it's like, this town was like, sprayed with like poisonous gas or whatever. I can't remember if it was sprayed or not, but The Crazies never gets mentioned in the conversation. And I love the original from 73. And I think the 2010 one is probably better because it's better made, but it's a little bit more intense. But yeah, The Crazies and Wreck. Come on, Wreck. It's a found footage.
Oh, REC.
Wreck is fucking great. It's so
good. Yeah,
I think the American version of it was called like Contained
Wreck.
No, the American version was called like Contaminated, or I can't remember. What the fuck was it called?
Oh, Quarantine.
That's it. Yeah. But
it had Dexter's sister wife.
Oh, is that right? I never saw Dexter, but I think Wreck is great, and I think Quarantine is great. Those are really good zombie movies, but they get lost in the shuffle.
SD knows what's going on.
Oh yeah, let's see. Let's pop back in here for a second.
She might have got there before me.
Quarantine, yeah.
Anyway,
okay. Quarantine, yeah.
Joanne.
So I had two more that I wanted to mention.
But that's not what I'm talking about. I have a question for you.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I know. I'm gonna take a break for a second, and I'm gonna ask you. No,
I'm here. I'm here.
Ben's only muting himself because he doesn't want to be associated with my shenanigans. I
didn't mute myself. I just took my camera off.
No, I know. Whatevs. Visually muted, same deal. So I was gonna say, should I have a cigarette or a joint?
Joint. Definitely.
All right, I'll be back in a second.
Travis Mitchell says first two Rex films are awesome. I don't think I saw the second one. Represent this says we watched 2 last week. Next week is 4. I like the score for 2 by Christopher Young. It reminded me of The Fly 2.
Fly 2.
That's a deep pull, which is a score I love. Really dark stuff. Yeah, it is. And that The Fly 2, the golden retriever scene is scarred me for life.
Yeah,
it scarred me for life. Let's see. Read this one, Joe.
At Represent, this I think Freddy is scariest in the second film.
Yes.
Yeah. 4 has the most imaginative sequences, I think. And the band Go West has an excellent song in the credits.
I agree with you. 2 has a totally different design of Freddy's face. It's constantly wet and his nose is longer. He's the most terrifying to look at from his face in part 2. I completely agree with that. And Represent this as Travis. I really like the the Doc and Dream Warriors.
Doc and-
Yeah. We're the Dream Warriors. Don't want to dream no more. All right, stop, because that's gonna be online forever.
Voice, man.
Yeah. Let's see. I have now that we can dip into a little bit of different types of zombie movies, I will say this, and I'll stand by this forever. Zombieland is fucking great. The first
right.
Zombieland, 2008, I think it was.
I forgot about that.
By Ruben Fleischer. I think that movie is a blast. It's not really scary, but it's a great. It sticks with conventional like zombie rules. But I mean, I'll watch Woody Harrelson read the fucking phone book, man. Like he's so energetic and so charismatic. It doesn't even matter. And him with Jesse Eisenberg. And Jesse Eisenberg explaining the rules, and it's so fun. Honestly, like if you were to ask me what I'd rather watch, well, no, I don't want to say that because sometimes I take Zombieland and Shaun of the Dead, and I'm like, that's a great double feature because they're like comedy zombie movies.
Yeah, exactly.
I love them both so much. They're both R-rated. They're both gory. I don't know if I could pick one. I guess if I'm in a British humor mood, then I'll go with Sean. And if I'm in more of like a Texan, like woohoo, then I'll watch Zombieland. But I think Zombieland is so much fun, and it's another one that doesn't get talked a lot about when it comes to some of the better zombie movies because it's not necessarily scary. I mean, there's moments that are scary, but it's more of a comedy.
Yeah,
but it's so good. I love Zombieland. What do you guys think? Should I put up a new poll, Joe?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, you go while I put up a poll.
Yeah, what are you going to ask about, like comedy?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, do you like Zombieland?
Oh, okay. Yes or no?
Oh wait, real quick. I'm going to end this poll. Fast zombies or slow zombies? 60% say slow and 40% say fast. I think slow zombies are the way to go. I never really considered the infected in 28 Days Later to be zombies. They're just like rabid dogs. You know, they don't even really. And you know, Danny Boyle never actually said they were zombies. You know, so it just got linked in there because it makes sense. But
right.
So what else you got?
60-40 is pretty fair because, like, you know, I see both, you know, like slow ones I prefer too. It's more classic and everything. And part of the cool part of it is that even though they're slow, they still get you, you know. But fast is terrifying. So I see both sides. 60-40 sounds like, if I had to guess, I would have probably said.
Yeah, I think fast zombies are more terrifying, where slow zombies, you can create a more eerie experience.
More eerie, yeah.
Yeah.
And they still get you. So
they do. Well,
and that's my top 5 zombie movies of all time are, in no particular order: Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Land of the Dead, and Shaun of the Dead.
And Weekend at Bernie's.
Those are my 5.
And Weekend at Bernie's too.
And Weekend at Bernie's.
He's not a zombie in the first one. He's not alive.
Yeah, it takes a lot of, it takes some Haitians. They're eating the dogs.
They're eating the dogs.
Oh man.
Let's see. Okay.
Well, no, but that's where voodoo comes from. Is Haiti?
Well, let's let Black Phillip actually defend himself, Scotty. From
All right.
when we, you read this one because I know you like this movie just as much as I do.
Black Phillip Alvarez in the chat says, "Wow. I actually like Elm Street 2. And then all the gay context was brought up, but that's fine. The transformation scene was well done, and the actress who plays Lisa was hot. Yes. You know what? And the thing is, and this is so weird, is when
Black Phillip, you
like,
should have your own show.
The thing is that when I don't know the name of the guy who gets possessed by Freddy in Nightmare on Elm Street 2, but when he licks Lisa between the boobs, that is one of the hottest things that I have ever seen a tentacle from a mouth do. Like, it's insane. So I don't know. A lot of people say that Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is about gay people. That's fine. I also got to see Lisa's boobs.
BC Herb says one of the worst zombie movie films I think was Maggie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh no!
I heard it was very boring, but I never saw it.
But it's also got Chloe Grace Moretz.
No, I don't think she's in it.
Maybe it's maybe it's a Fanning. Maybe it's the younger Fanning or older Fanning.
Dakota or
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I love, you know what? I'll see anything with Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Travis Mitchell says Zombieland 2 is okay, but made the mistake of separating the characters. Yeah, I agree. It does. It takes the core 4 people and it breaks them off into different storylines. And the fun thing about the first one is you have your Emma Stone, your Abigail Breslin, your Jesse Eisenberg, and Woody Harrelson all together. And the sequel, they decided to split them up, and it kind of does hurt the movie a little bit. But I thought the movie's okay. And I like Rosario Dawson.
Oh, my God. If you're making a sequel, do not break up your characters. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's always something people seem to want to do just to be different or something. I don't know, but Shaun of the Dead versus Zombieland. Yeah, I put it up.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Shaun of the Dead. If you like Zombieland better than Shaun of the Dead.
No, while you were gone, Scotty, we put that up because I love them both so much.
Oh, is it there?
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
So I put no for Sean.
So Represent This says best zombie movie for me is Return of the Living Dead. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mine too.
You prefer Zombie?
Yeah, he and I were just talking about that the other day.
And then no. Great.
I'd love a Weekend at Bernie's 3. We have to pretend he's alive again. He's just a skeleton. That would be great. Both those guys are basically those guys are Bernie's age now, you know, or maybe even older.
Yeah.
Whenever people
telling you
Nightmare 2, they always leave it as it's gay.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Anybody else have any other movies? I just finished the rest of mine. Obviously,
I had 2 more. I still have the same 2 that I had for the last hour.
Are we holding you up?
No, I'm kidding. So actually, one of them is not a movie. It's just something that I wanted to mention, and I was curious if anyone else saw. It was actually a French TV series that, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago, and they actually remade it as an English one too.
American. Oh, I love it. I've seen it.
The Returned. Do you remember that?
No, I'm kidding. I haven't seen it.
Oh no. Okay, yeah. So the French one was called The Returned, and it was just 1 season, and they left you on a cliffhanger, and they got canceled. And I was so upset because it was really, 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 really good. So I was curious if either of you had seen The Returned or heard of it. If there's still a way to watch it, stream it, I would recommend it, even though you're going to get left on a cliffhanger. But
But even when you look at like the first season of The Walking Dead, I kind of wish it stopped at the end on that cliffhanger.
There you go. So yeah, The Returned. And I think the American version was called like the Resurrected or something like that. I can't remember, but I don't think
it was called GoBot Walking Dead.
Yeah.
What was the second thing?
And then my last one is kind of it's just something I happened to watch a couple nights ago. And it's not you don't know if it's exactly zombies, but it's similar. It was an old movie from the 70s called Messiah of Evil. You guys seen that one?
Oh, I like the name though.
Yeah, it was really well made.
Is there like a thunderclap sound effect?
No, I don't think so.
Well, no, Ben's got like things.
Oh, I didn't know you were asking me to do that. Let's
no, I like. What's the title again?
Messiah of Evil. There we go. I would recommend that too. That was all right.
That's the best.
So not a thunderclap.
Feeding the ducks. Let's see this one. No, that's not it.
I'm not trying to produce an ASMR here. I was trying to make it like a jump scare. Yeah, exactly. We're too far away to have a threesome.
Ashley says my top 5 are Shaun of the Dead, Zombieland, Dawn of the Dead, Pet Cemetery.
All right.
When Good Ghouls Go Bad, which I need to see. I need to see that one. Yeah. Continue.
You know what? And I never even considered
Pet Cemetery.
But you're absolutely
and it
right.
Totally is. It totally is. I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, you got one more, right?
No, that was it. The Messiah of Evil was my last one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never heard.
Scotty, are you do you have any more?
Oh, I like Fido with
God.
What's his name? He's a Scottish guy.
Not John Cleese.
No, it's not.
God, what's his name? Billy Connolly? Is it Billy
Yes.
Connolly? Yeah.
It's Billy Connolly. No, I really enjoy Fido.
Fido.
There's a movie with Aubrey Plaza where she plays a zombie. I haven't seen it. Want to love it. What is it called?
It was the Grumpy Cat Christmas movie.
No, I know she did that, but she did a zombie movie, and I still haven't seen. I know you said that the Arnold Schwarzenegger Maggie zombie movie is no good. I still want to see it. I celebrate any zombie movie. I just can't abide a zombie television show. Also, Resident Evil, is that zombies? No, that's vampires. Is it zombies?
No, it's zombies. It's zombies, yeah. But
so,
those
Resident Evil.
I just never brought
all
it up.
The time. All the live longer.
Resident Evil 2, the game from 1998, is one of the best zombie things ever, but not the movies. Yeah.
No, but I love Twilight, so I will watch the Resident Evil movies.
All right.
Yes.
Well, we're zombied out. That's it for zombies.
It was a good show.
Do you have any?
Informed that zombies have entered the building. They're at the door. They're coming in.
Let's see.
Don't say the Z word.
I think I'm caught up with the chat. Let's see.
All right.
Last one. Two Resident Evil movies I think are decent. The second one being the most faithful. The second one's the last one I saw, and yeah, it did feel the most like the second movie. Hey, Brian Helmick's here. Our boy Blair.
Yay!
Diet. Yes, I loved that. Timothy.
Oh right, shit, that's a great one.
It's a great show. It sucks that it got canceled.
It also has
get to finish. Yeah,
it has Timothy Fantastic.
Yeah, and it had I like the kid actors or the teenage or mid whatever. That's a good one there, Brian. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. That's a great show. It was a fun show. Zombies from 2007 is great. Zombies. Well, remember there was Zombie 1 and Zombie 2 in the 70s. I'm not sure which one these are. Dead Air. Oh wow, see, there's so many zombie movies.
Oh my god, Dead Air sounds like snakes on a plane. Is it like zombies take over a plane?
Yeah,
And Dead Air? Is it like Con Air?
That's definitely
I
what
want
it
to
sounds like,
see
man.
this movie now.
Dude, if that's just zombies on a plane, which it sounds like it is, I want to see that. Yo, Brian, thanks for coming on, dude. I love Walking Dead universe. Yeah, I love some of it.
That's your problem. Sorry, guys.
All right, guys, we're gonna call it a night. We've been on
Yes.
for a little bit. Dead Air. Wait, hold on. Dead Air has the guy from House of a Thousand Corpses. Never saw that.
I never saw it. I'm afraid of that.
Oh, Bill Moseley. I've heard that name. Yeah, he's the guy with the weird teeth who looks like a clown without even having to wear makeup. Yeah. We love you guys. This has been a blast. Thank you so much for all the people watching. I'm gonna really quickly plug tomorrow morning. Me and the other Ben. I'm Ben, and there's another Ben on Cinema Go. And we are putting out our Halloween edition of Flights and Flicks. And it's on horror remakes. And he does the 1990 Night of the Living Dead. And I do the 2003 Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We pick 4 different beers. If you've never watched Flights and Flicks, we have our signature Cinema Gulp Flights. And we go over different aspects of the movie and choose specific beers for those. It's a hoot. It's only 30 minutes long. I would love it if you guys checked it out, gave it a like, and it's a really fun time. And it's our second to last Halloween recorded video before we do our thing next week. So sorry that was confusing. I can just see that in Scotty's face. But
yeah, I have no idea what the shit you're talking about.
Flights and Flicks comes out tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Yes,
California time. And it's on horror remix. And if you like beer and you like horror movies, you should check it out. Scotty, what do you have coming up?
Oh, things are looking rosy. Tomorrow I'm going to be on the Phantasmagorium talking about the creature from the Black Lagoon with a friend of the channel, Kat. Everyone knows Kat.
Yep.
And then also on Friday, I am going to be delving, and I think you're going to be there too, Ben. We're going to be talking about the Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
I'll be there for Part 2.
Oh, so not this Friday. So anyway, so
I'll be there for Part 2. Yeah.
Fucking, you know what?
I wanted to be there for every single one of these. Joanne, I've said every single one of these I've been invited to, and I'm like, I want to be there so bad. I haven't been able to make a single one of them.
Oh man.
Yeah. But
I've been to every one of them, and I hate wizards.
I love all those
I've fallen
movies.
in love.
Right.
I have fallen in love with the world of Harry Potter.
I love to hear that, Scotty. I fucking love to hear that. And I love when I tune in to hear you talk about it. I'm like, he likes these movies. I love it.
I do.
Love
it's fun. These stories
they're
are
a blast. They're fun.
Yeah.
You got to just not look at the plot holes, not look at like how they shield themselves from the rest of the world. If you can get over all that, then you're good.
Although, wait, so slight digression. The last one I watched, they blew up a bridge in London.
Oh, that
and
was
the rest of the movie. They were like, "That's not important."
That was Half-Blood Prince. Yeah, at the beginning.
No, it was. Oh my stars, I forget which one. You know what? I don't know.
Trust me, it was Half-Blood Prince. Yeah.
All right. Oh, Snape the movie. It was Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I mean, I'm right. I love HP.
Well, no spoilers. That you know what you want to know, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages. Would you like to know who the Half-Blood Prince is? It's Severus Snape. The entire movie, you're like, who is the Half-Blood Prince? And then at the end, you're like, oh, it's Snape.
Good night, RT. Tomorrow, when I get off work, I'm going to finish my script. I'm going to rewatch those movies, and I'm going to send you something this weekend, and we're going to be rocking and rolling, buddy. Butter beer is so nasty, though.
Oh, Blair, you don't like the butter beer?
Well, I've heard
lactose intolerance.
I've heard it. I've heard it's not great.
I liked it.
Oh, did you have it?
Yeah,
They have it at like Universal Studios or something.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna say goodnight.
Yeah,
All
let's
right,
take
good
it
night.
back.
Love
Can
you
you
guys.
play a whimsical clip on the way out?
You know what I'll play? Let's see.
What?
Oh, I know what I'm gonna play.
Nothing can kill the grimace.